Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna show you how to sharpen router bits. Now, at first it looks like a very difficult thing to do. If you look at the profiles, you know there are some that are easier. This one is pretty much, it is just straight. However, there are some other shapes like these ones for like chamfering edges or this one, which have very complicated profiles, and now it seems like you couldn't really sharpen them. However, I can promise you it's not that difficult. For tools, what we will just need is a small flat diamond stone. I got this DMT stone. Here it's the coarse one. You want the coarser stone here. There's no need to do this very fine because these are already pretty good for this job. And basically what we are going to do is we're going to take a router bit. And if you look at how the blade is constructed, there's this inside piece here of high carbon steel, which does the actual cutting. The cutting surface is on this side, you know, it's spinning clockwise, so the cutting surface is here. Now what it has a bevel on this side. And now you kind of you look at this and you think, okay, I'm gonna sharpen this bevel. However, this, depending on the shape, you know, can be very difficult. On a straight one, yes, you can probably try this on like a diamond bench stone. It will probably work, but on a round one like this, there's no way you're gonna do this completely evenly, and then at some point it's gonna mess up the profile and it's gonna mess up your work, and at that point you might as well buy a new one. But we can sharpen it from the inside. If we take a very coarse diamond stone here, and I'm just gonna show you this. I'm gonna hold it this way. We can use it depending on, you know, if we find out how we're going to hold it, we can just sharpen it from the inside. And that way we are just going to flatten this entire surface, bring it back and sharpen our cutting surfaces again without a chance to change the actual profile. So that's how we're gonna do it. Before we start, we're going to cover the inside with Sharpie to show us if we are making contact properly. This is very helpful for these complicated things where, you know, on knife sharpening, you might have your muscle memory down, but, you know, sharpening something weird like this is always a challenge. Both surfaces are blackened, and now we need to find out how we are going to hold it, you know, to properly sharpen it. I think I'm just gonna put mine down here on this bench stone and try to hold it this way. You can also obviously use a vise if you got proper vise jaws. I just don't have them right here, sadly. I'm gonna hold them down like this so that it won't roll over and give it a few passes. I'm gonna use my diamond stone dry because I want to see what I'm doing. And after a bit of sharpening, as you can see, we are making very good contact, very even, and it's getting very sharp. You can feel it at the tip where it gets nice and sticky, and all the way around the blade is very nice and sharp. So I'm gonna continue it for the second side, and then we're gonna do a little sharpness test. And now, after a few more minutes of sharpening, we are pretty much done. Both surfaces got a very nice surface finish now. They were very coarse ground before. Now they are quite polished. And now let's see if it is properly sharp. I'm gonna take this bit of newspaper, advertisements, and then I'm gonna take it in like this and push it along. Now let's just see at the cut. No, it is not like a knife cut, but you know, the angle at this ground, as you can see, it is an extremely steep angle. So we're not expecting that, and I think that is a pretty nice cut on some paper just for a woodworking tool. So I think we can call this method a success. Now this is basically the only way without the risk to destroying this profile here. And it is very easy to do. It is not difficult at all. If yours is, you know, completely destroyed, then it doesn't really make sense if the gouge is too deep. But if it's just dull and needs a touch up, then this is a perfectly fine way to do to get your routers back up and running. That was it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. If you did, then consider subscribing, giving the video a like, and then I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.